And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We have an amazing Spyro Reignited run coming up here. This is Spyro 1 any %. Get hyped. I just want to say one more time, you're watching Spyrothon 7, the best and the only Spyro community speedrun marathon. Drop a follow, drop a like, drop a sub. Without further ado, let's get into Spyro Reignited trilogy. Take it away, Chef and Flood.
Go ahead, Chef.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm ChefGordonis. We're going to be watching Flood doing any % for SRT for console. So it has a few variances for, but I'll let you do a timer whenever you're ready, Flood, and I'll get straight into it.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sweet. So you all have the privilege of watching Flood as the world record holder for this category. So arguably no one else better to watch. And if you haven't seen this category before, either because you run PC or do OG Spyro, it's a super interesting run to watch. So there's plenty to get by in 8 minutes estimated, but I will try my best. So we're going to be running on version 1.1 of the game, so the disc unpatched version. And the reason why we're going to be doing a skip later on, called like fairy storage, basically called it. It's slightly different from the fairy storage that we do later on in the game for MBS, but this basically lets us control the dialogue box for Spyro. So we're able to enter different levels without any kind of real requirements. The only real requirement that we need is the 10 dragons to be able to go from artisans to peacekeepers. So he's going to be absolutely bombing through Stone Hill and going to get a couple of other dragons in the home world before we go to the balloonist. Luckily, this is the longest loading screen in the game, so I get to explain all this stuff before anything really kicks off. But he's going to go ahead and get the first dragon. And what you'll see is that he's going to use the guidebook, or rather the quit game. Quit the game and re-enter, and what that does is it spawns Spyro back at the original starting point as you would for the level. And that's the reason why we do that is because even though it's worse for real time, for console runs we use IGT, so the in-game timer will only really run while you're in control of Spyro. So every single loading screen and home screen, that's not going to take over. So this is quite a big strat that you'll see with console runs, and I think House introduced this one to any %, cutting down by about 5 seconds, which in the grand scheme of things for a 3-minute run is enormous. Just gonna get the last dragon here, Gavin. Then we out of here. Likewise, we don't obviously need any gems at all. The only real requirement for the balloonist is the 10 dragons. So he's going to quickly nip into Town Square for a couple more before getting Thomas. And you'll see a really interesting skip here. This is called like Fairy Proxy. So you haven't noticed already, the fairies in this game are like, they have a few aspects about them that really let us manipulate a lot of things in the game. Not only this super game-breaking bug essentially that you're going to be seeing about 2 or 3 minutes from now. But this skip here allows us to skip all the way to the end of the level. So it kind of uses the shape of the dragon, which is still there even after you have the cutscene and whatnot. You're able to use that as a solid object to be able to skip to the end of the level. Conveniently enough in this level, it's almost like, you know, those old school PS1 games where the end of the level is also the start of the level where it kind of loops around. So. Perfect, yeah. Sometimes if you get your positioning right, you're going to get it most times, but as you can see there, we skip all the way to this dragon. He's going to be getting 4 within the space of some 15 seconds, so it's super, super convenient as far as like dragon occurring goes. You might have noticed as well at the start of the run, we didn't get Nestor. It's just ever so slightly to get him after having quit the game and going back to the home world here. But as you can see there, we're able to skip the Nestor cutscene, which obviously in OG is not possible to, as we know yet anyway. Yeah, that saves like a whole bunch of time. Again, it wouldn't affect IGT with console, but if you jump while hitting Nestor, you're able to completely skip that cutscene, which is always handy. It definitely makes running a 3-minute category a lot more fun because you're not having to watch a 20-second cutscene every time. So as we're going to go into this world, we're going to get the Dragon Titan, which is what we need for this dialogue fairy skip. But we're going to have a little moment of silence as we hear everyone's favorite line from this category, which is "Hi Spyro." So can I see a "Hi Spyro" in chat from everybody? No silence.
Hi, Spyro.
Ah, it's unfortunate.
Hi, Spyro. Hi, Spyro.
Okay, right, it's got it that time. So the reason why it didn't work the first time is you just need to be a certain distance away from the fairy, or far enough away from the fairy, while still kind of storing the dialogue box option. And you're going to see, kind of just let this do its talking for itself, because hopefully he gets it and doesn't soft lock.
Oh, that was close. Almost missed it.
That was close, yeah. A lot of times with that, you want to overshoot it, if not undershoot it, because it seems to trigger it if you go a little bit further. But if you're too short, it's kind of game over. So,
Oh,
show up for your eyes
that's
here as
not
well.
good.
Oh no! If it's in like a solid state here,
That's not good.
you're probably going to see Spyro's mouth. Ah, he's kind of like a. It's unfortunate. So
I
usually
hit
you'd be
the
coming into.
button too late.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might have to restart the game.
Yeah, it's essentially like, yeah, his Flood's soft locked here. So otherwise you want to be kind of dropping into artisans. That's a little unfortunate. Obviously he hasn't lost his save date. He'll be able to retry from Titan again. But that break in play means he'll have to start the skip again. Just like as a little bit more explanation for what's going on there, because it all kind of happens so quickly. Essentially, what you're doing is like storing the dialogue box that you would have had having after got Titan. Oh,
Almost
almost.
accidentally deleted the file.
Almost, yeah. It's in that like muscle memory of deleting the file. I mean, it did say Nork Nexus there, so I'm not sure if it's going to be.
No, but it didn't.
If the
do
portals are
level
going to come up.
storage.
Yeah. So that the portals are up there, so he's going to have to go back to Peacekeepers and do the skip. But that can happen. As Flood said, just hitting that button a little bit too early to exit can happen. So a lot of like audio cues are kind of going off. Well, for me anyway, having run this category.
Hi, Spyro.
Just
Hi, Spyro.
that should be fine. I'll just be I'll keep myself quiet while Flood concentrates here.
Hop on, Spyro.
Hi, Spyro.
Okay, we're good. It should be fine. And you're going to see him pick Nasty's Home here, which is basically going to stall the level while we're getting sent to artisans.
There we go. That's good.
Yeah, that looks good to me. Yeah, this should be absolutely fine. Excellent. So now we have to death abuse, and it's going to, strange enough, it's going to trigger like the cutscene as if you were starting the game for the first time. You'll see this there with the interview and the dragon. And Flood's going to quit game here. If you keep an eye out, you'll see that what he's loading is Nork Nexus. So instead of artisans, we've stored that level from before. So when we quit game and re-enter, you go into the stored level rather than the one that you've exited. And conveniently enough, none of the barriers are up. We don't have to do Twilight Harbor and Cove. It's just we can go straight to Nasty Nork. So for the final stretch, the Obviously, going to absolutely just bomb through and do Nasanok as quickly as possible. Provided you don't kind of bonk on too much or miss the long glide, you'll be able to get Nork in one cycle here. But first of all, we have to do these thieves. So I'll just be quiet while you focus on those. There's a really kind of tight margins of if not you get these thieves quickly or not. Nice, that's one of them. He's got another one coming up.
Ooh.
Oh, that's absolutely fine, yeah. The bonk there is not so bad. In the context of time, you could have lost. They missed those thieves, so. So yeah, here's the literally the final stretch now. And hopefully with that bonking on here, yeah, this should just be a one cycle. Meaning enough, he's barely even turned around. It's always like a little bit tense anyway for me having on this category. Just sometimes you don't want to slip up on this lava section because it's a lot of pain if you do. But for sure, Flood's done it enough times. Doesn't even glide there where I do the safety strats. Perfect, and that's time.
You're toast,
Yep.
Mark.
Really
GG.
nice. It was, yeah, it was GG's, yeah. Get some GG's in chat. That was, it's one of those tricks in the middle there, which is just, it's sometimes very difficult to account for, but otherwise it's super solid. Getting those thieves really fast is really difficult. So we're going to be looking at the top right of the screen here for the IGT. Obviously having just the skip, I reckon it's like a low 3, yeah, 3,
Yeah.
mid 3. Yeah.
Mrs.
Yeah, which is to be expected. But not even, missing a minute there is still very good. So thanks for all the GGs. And yeah, congrats on the run, Flood. Are you
Thanks.
happy with that? Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say thanks again to obviously to Flood for running and to Phoenix for putting on the event and everyone who's running and commentating and getting involved. It's super nice to have everyone's effort and participating in the marathon. So, and thanks to everyone watching as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully you haven't been talking for too long, and I appreciate everyone for coming through. Did you want to say anything, Flood, before we head off?
Yeah, just thanks for having me. And drop a follow.
Yes, absolutely.
And pretty much everything else that Chef said.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks for running in, dude. And we'll be getting off onto the next event after me. I'm sure obviously Dale will introduce it, but yeah, I've got Eve doing a Hero's Tale, so stick around for that.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Amazing showing of Spyro 1 Reignited any %. All that broken amazingness that you saw at the end with the deloaded, like, Nasty's World, that's why any % NBS exists now, and that's like the main any % category that people play. So really cool to see why that is and to see the whole evolution there. Anyways, coming up, as ChefGordonis so eloquently noted, we have Spyro, A Hero's Tale, any %. This is going to be a tool-assisted speedrun, the only one of this entire marathon. This one was made by Ebb, the Hero's Tale master and Super Hero's Tale gamer themselves. Ebb is going to be coming up with that, but we're just getting done setting up with that right now, so we're going to hit you guys with a quick BRB. Once again, you're watching Spyrothon 7, is a community roundup of Spyro speedruns from all over the series, all across the whole franchise. So if you like Spyro, show some love for your fellow Spyro chatter and post a cute emote and drop a follow, gift a sub, do whatever your heart tells you to do, and we'll be back in just a minute.